playing, and I remember hitting a Delt Royal Flush for $78,000 on 50 cent denom at a local casino, and EJ filmed it, and then my reaction was just like craziness, because that was, you know, 78,000
is a good hit.
I mean, that'll offset a lot of months of bad runs, you know.
Right.
And I'm jumping up and down, and a bunch of people coming around, you know. And EJ did a pretty good job of catching it. Now, he says that was not when it all started, but we did have that footage, and then we went back and used it. But I guess there was another Royal, and EJ, why don't you tell about that? That was the official kickoff, and it was like end of 2021, I think, something like that.
August 2021. Yeah, you hit. It was 16,000. You, me, and two of my friends were going for dinner, and then you were just playing. And we were kind of like, oh, let's just put this on TikTok. You know, everyone was going viral on TikTok at the time.
This is like 2021?
21, yeah. And so I posted it on TikTok. I was like, we'll call you Vegas Matt. Just made it up on the fly. At the end of dinner that night, it had like 80 or 90,000 views in a couple hours.
Okay.
And then so that sort of made me think, well, maybe there's something here. And I just started following him around while he was gambling. Mostly video poker at the beginning, and then we started doing slots, and then YouTube videos, and then now we're here.
And we had someone win 206,000 last night. No, 2 nights ago on Paigal. They hit the progressive.
I saw that. I saw the post.
And then we had and he was really like calm. I was like, you should be a little more excited, but he was pretty calm. But then another kid from EDC won $45,000 on a Buffalo game, and he was shaking, and he's like, "Thank you, you've paid off all my debts." I was like, "Oh, that's great. I'm glad I could provide you with that."
Was it Buffalo Ascension?
No, it wasn't. It was the big behemoth. He got the 3 coins and then went on a crazy.
Those
crazy
Buffalo
run.
games can be great. I've had, I think, 2 $40-something thousand wins on Buffalo.
On the Ascension?
Buffalo Ascension, I think we have our 2 big $40,000 wins.
You guys know that when a jackpot hits, we can go into the system and replay the hit. So we had somebody hit like a $37,000 jackpot with like an 80-cent bet. And I was like, that just can't be possible. Show me how that happened. And they went back in, and they hit. And you can see the bonus round replayed. It was pretty cool to see. Actually.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, it's been incredible. EJ's been amazing. It's fun to work with my son, and you know, he's a smart kid. You know, it's funny, some of the comments people say, "Oh, this kid's just like, you know, living off his parents." But it's like, obviously the channel wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these two.
No, I heard you guys saying that. So I do watch your channel because I'm a DJ. I like gambling as well, and I want to ask you about that in a minute. But credit to you, because I was saying to your dad on the way up here, it's easy to create content. It's another thing to know what to do with that content. You know what I mean? Like, you could just gamble, and obviously people like you and your style, but you knew how to take that content and put it out there and do the right things with it. And so full credit to you. And I can say this, probably you would agree, but it wouldn't be where it is if you weren't doing what
Oh,
you
not
do.
even close. I mean, you look at a lot of the other footage that's out there, the way that he films everything, he frames everything. He's just so smart, self-taught, but great instincts. And I think the quality of the footage that we put out, we really, you know, he gives a lot of thought to that, takes it very, very seriously. I mean, this is a real business. It's become quite a venture, you know.
What I think is interesting is that you create all the content, but Matt, you have a backstory of producing direct-to-video horror movies, if I'm not mistaken, during my research. So I thought it was partly you.
Michael
But you're the
Jackson movies.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's funny. You know, I mean, I have always been a bit of a free spirit. Let's say, like, I didn't do well with authority. You know, if I would go to my Freudian amateur psychology, like, my mom was very overprotective and controlling, which backfires. I was quite the opposite. I would be the one, we'd go out of town, and I'd tell EJ, hey, we're going to be out of town. You should throw a party, and he wouldn't. Whereas if my parents left town, they said, not a single person is to be in this home. And then, of course, I'd have like 400 cars out front of the house. So when I got out of college, you know, I went to Hawaii, and I was a pedicab driver. And I was just having so much fun in Hawaii, just every day going to the beach and riding around on a bicycle, good shape, tan, making great cash money. And then, of course, my parents said, after 3 months of that, after I got done with college, they go, okay, it's time to come home and get a job. And I got this job at a bank wearing a suit and tie, and I was just literally every day felt like a prison sentence. So after about 18 months of actually working and suffering through it, a friend of mine called me up. He said, hey, I'm down in Hollywood making horror movies. You should come work with us. And essentially what I wanted to be an actor, comedian, Brad Pitt, John Candy, combo hybrid. and I ended up
I
being
love how
like,
seriously you take that. You just listen. Yeah,
Yeah,
Brad
of
Pitt.
course. Yeah.
I
love this story.
I ended up just, raising money was what my role ended up being. So me and a bunch of friends raised about $10 million from friends, family, and just random investors, and we made 4 horror films. And I'll tell you, that is a difficult industry to break into. We had one that actually made a profit, 1,000-screen theatrical release. It was in Blockbuster Video and everything like that. The other couple of others were complete dogs. One of them did okay. But after I was in the movie business for a couple of years, but my role was basically sales, which is what I've done my whole life. So I can't take any credit for the production value of our stuff. It's all EJ and WBG.
And you like living in Vegas, CJ?
I do, yeah.
You were young when you moved here.
Yeah, I moved here after college, so I was probably 20.
Yeah, you finished college. He finished early, incredibly good. He finished in a year and a half.
So smart. So
Yeah,
smart.
no, incredible, this kid.
Yeah.
It all makes sense now.
But I would think that by views, I don't know, EJ, I wouldn't even know how to look that up, but I'm pretty confident that we have the most views per day. I think it's like a couple million at least per day.
Right. So what I'm fascinated by is when I did this first with Brian Christopher, probably 6 years ago,
Wow.
everyone said, Jonathan, you're crazy. No one cares about YouTube. It's all young kids. There's nothing there.
Right.
And I could feel there was something different because I was meeting these old people that were watching Brian's videos. I was like, I don't think you guys are right about this. But you know what? I'm happy for these other casinos to think that way. South Point told me that. MGM told me that. Golden Nugget told me that. And I was like, I'm okay with you guys thinking that because I'm going to keep doing it. And I was meeting all these customers. Firstly, who is the demo that's watching this? And can you guys, because I watch it, and I'm trying to understand, why would somebody watch somebody else play slots? Someone was telling me that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, you watch someone else play tennis. Like, what's the difference, right? You watch
Yeah.
the best tennis player in the world. I'm watching the best slot player in the world. But, like, what is the psyche behind someone watching a video of someone else play slot? Is that a hard question?
No, it's not. It's just I'm just kind of, I don't know. EJ, you answer first, and then I'll elaborate. How about that? You're probably more concise.
I think the thing that I like to try and capture when we're making a video is the anxiety and then the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat. And so, like, people enjoy that ride, It's
Right.
like, oh, is he gonna lose $5,000? They want to see the pain, or are they gonna celebrate us when we win? And we try to drag them along through that whole process. And it's fun.
They're gambling through you.
Yeah,
I actually
exactly.
think it's a form of gambling.
Yeah, no,
But
for
that's
sure.
not a form of gambling, but it's a form of
Emotionally,
emotionally
at least. Yeah.
going on the journey with you. So there is that, feeling the pain, feeling the victory.
Yeah.
There is that psyche of it. I think
Oh,
people
yeah.
actually are gambling with you.
Yeah.
Mentally.
That's what we try.
And the
to do.
demographic, you didn't answer the
20
demographic.
to 60 and then up.
Oh no, it's 20 to 80, 20 to 100.
yeah.
I mean, I a lot of people say, my mom loves you, my dad loves you. So I think what
Can we
kind
just say
of
21 to 8 to 100?
Yeah.
Just so we get
21,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't,
That's what
I don't
meant.
mind as much.
It's just the demographic on YouTube starts at 20, that age range. So
the young
it's 21, yeah.
people, we got EJ's youth, WBG's gambling prowess, and then I'm kind of the sense of humor or the old guy, whatever the case may be. So it started off a lot of baby boomers and such, but then our Instagram following has really increased, and I can't tell you how many times a day, young guy, early 20s, oh man, I watch you on Instagram, and one guy yesterday goes, I can't believe you're real, what I mean, it's just hysterical. But the demographic is across the board, and I think that the reason people watch us is that we gamble. I feel like I gamble an amount of money that someone gambles if they came to Vegas to visit. It's not unreal that we usually have a $5,000 to $10,000 budget, and that's what we play in one of our sessions. And it's basically one of our videos is usually a session of a $5,000 to $10,000 bankroll, win, lose, or draw. And people can relate. It might be a stretch for them, and it's their annual big thing. We do it every single day, and so it's like it's relatable. And a lot of people just can't believe it's like they do this every single day. And then we have fun banter and the WBG question of the day. And
What does WBG stand for?
It stands for a lot of different things.
it's world's biggest gambler.
Yeah, and I think it was is based on stature, not necessarily on how big we're gambling. I don't know. He came up with it.
But you're probably the guy who should be calling for my promos. I have a couple of guys that I didn't kick out that I rely on for, like, is this promo a good idea, or am I going to get abused on this? Or advantage
Yeah.
players are going to be coming in here and taking advantage of all of this. I'm gonna start calling you.
There's
for that.
nobody in the world. I would put him up against anybody in the world as far as gambling knowledge, Olympics or Jeopardy.
We should create that.
We should
I
do the
think
Jeopardy.
I think I do well in that. I've seen so many
bet you
scams
would.
here,
I
like
bet
the
you
guys
would.
pulling the cards on Ultimate. The ones that get me is the ones that when you know they're really good is they know which games when they pull the card doesn't have the persistent sessions. That's a really good scam. That's like
Oh,
you're
on
high
the
level at that
machines?
level. Yeah. They
yeah.
figured out when you pull the machine whether there's persistent plays.
Of
I don't
course.
even know how they figured that out, but that's insider knowledge there.
2 fake losses.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt doesn't even know what we're talking about.
No, I have no idea.
So what was like the tipping point for the channel? At what point did you like go from we're doing this for fun and it's good views, whatever, to we're the biggest in the world? Was there a tipping point? And by the way, you did say you play like the average person, but I was showing Cam. Shout out to Cam who's shadowing me for today.
Hawaii.
Hawaii in the house. You did say that you play like average person, but then I showed him a video, and the one that's the most views, you
Yeah.
spent like $1,100 a spin.
That's
not the average
Thanks
person.
for pointing that out. So we do occasional, celebrations, like
Okay.
500,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers, or there will be something huge like that Regal Riches. I don't know, call me crazy. It seemed like a good idea at the time, and we played that until we got the green. We just happened to go down $310,000. We weren't getting any
Just
blues.
like every average person. Just like we all do.
No, that was crazy because literally at one point in time we ran out of money, and we had to send someone to go get more money at the bank. And
Is that in the video?
Well, no, because we edited that out. But it was like a 45-minute running and getting more cash
So
break.
one of you held the machine so no one else would come and take
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There they would have had to beat us with a club to take that machine at that point in time. But I know a lot of people would be willing to take that level of risk.
No.
So we ended up losing $140,000 on that. That was extraordinary. I felt the need to get it back.
Where did you do that?
Well, then that
casino
was at
was
the
it?
Cosmo. We lost the 170,
So you got
140.
a lifetime of comps at the Cosmo.
140. Yeah, we got F1 tickets and rooms there, and we got a lot of value from that.
Yeah, F1 tickets. You could have got that.
That was
But you
fun.
probably got a lot more from them, yeah.
Yeah, of
Then
course.
what was it? 2 weeks later, we played a
Yeah.
$750 spin Regal
At,
and won,
Resorts World, yeah.
won $130,000 at Resorts World. So net now on those two videos, we only lost $10,000, and that really did put us on the map. EJ's always encouraging those bigger plays. I'm like, I don't like losing that much, but they've been really good for the channel. So I don't know, was there a tipping point, EJ?
I think that first video was kind of transformative. It turned the channel from just being a slot channel into a mega slot channel. I mean, I think that video got, was it 3 million views?
Over
now?
3 million, yeah.
Yeah.
There have been a lot. Those were huge. I think that people like sort of, it maybe gave us a little bit more credibility the way we gambled. And then, we did a collaboration with Steve Will Do It and
Yeah.
got to gamble with Dana
But that was
White.
more recently.
That was 6 months ago that started probably.
That really increased our young
And
demographic.
that gave us a little bit more credibility. And then
Sketch?
when Sketch was cool, and we started doing some table game shorts. One of the first people to really break into doing that, and though that grew our following a lot, and so yeah, there's been a lot of moments, but ultimately we just keep on plugging away and try to create
But I
them
think,
every day.
I mean, obviously you want your fans to, you guys have built the following around you.
Yeah.
I mean, you could put out anything at this point.
Yeah.
In terms of like denomination. They're watching you guys and
Right,
the
yeah.
personalities behind it versus the high level stakes.
There's
You
two.
don't want to always be
A
under,
percentage of them.
you don't want to always be under pressure to be putting out potential 300K losses.
There's two distinct audiences. There's new people all the time that are watching it and then just like to see the big wins or the big losses and whatever. And but there is a very, very core group of people who watch us every day and feel they've gotten to know us. We do family gambling night with Vegas Mom.
Yeah.
She comes in. She's like, we play big Buffalo links with her.
Is that her favorite game?
They know EJ. They know WBG's silly jokes that they love. I mean, and then my stories or whatever it is that they feel like they know us. People come up to us, go, I watch you every single day, and we put out content 7 days a week for the last couple of years, which is again hats off to EJ. He and WBG are up till 2 a.m. editing and coming up with great ideas and titles and stuff. So a lot more to it than meets the eye. Every day I see people say, "Oh, I'm going to start a slot channel." I'm like, "Great, it's a lot of fun. Good luck."
Good luck. You know, yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot to it. But do you think some of it is people trying to learn the games, like trying to, because like you may not know how a certain game works. Like I'll be again, my Instagram algorithm loves you guys. I see it comes up on
I
my
love
Instagram
that.
channel
That's
every,
good.
every day. I get your guys' videos on my thing, and I was like, there's a game that I would never have thought to try myself, but it's the one with the dumplings.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
the
was
hot
like,
pot.
This guy loves the game. I'm going to try play
That's the best game.
We have so much fun
Have
with
you been able
that.
to fill the a-hole yet?
I haven't filled the a-hole. No, but I know what you're talking about now. But I think